Congratulations, so you just got your new funnel. And because it's my funnel, you may have to go in there and make some edits here and there, but you wanna make sure everything within your funnel is pertaining to your business. So I'm gonna dive into the software, show you exactly how to navigate, how to work through things, and walk you through the steps that you're gonna have to take if you wanna make any edits or any adjustments down the road. So you may want to adjust pricing down the road. You may want to play around with different wording. You may want to A/B test your platform. So your funnel is now your funnel. Let's make sure it has everything that it should have. So my team should have gone through, but I always encourage them to leave a couple of things to make sure that you understand the software. So you'll go through these steps that I'm going to go through. So tune in.
So here we are jumping into ClickFunnels. So you'll find this is your dashboard. ClickFunnels right here, you'll see all your funnels. So if you have other funnels in here, this is where you'll find them. So we're going to click on funnels and we're going to find the one that I just shared with you, and it is titled Credit Repair Website. So you're just going to simply click into the actual site. And this is the main dashboard. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages. So 10 pages if you have processing, 9 pages if you don't. And I'll explain that really briefly. If you don't have processing, then we're going to have all of your information on one page just like this here. I'm going to show you really quick. So when I click on that page and I go into edit, give it a couple of seconds. It's going to pull up the editor. And so this is what that screen would look like. So if you don't have processing, you will not have this section right here. So you'll just have this input form where people will be able to put in their first name, email, phone number, all the information that is going to be filtered and pushed into CRC or an active campaign, mainly CRC. And I'll explain why it's important to fill CRC up with as much information as you possibly can. The onboarding is where you're going to sell your services. So you want to make sure that at the very least, if you don't have processing, get them into your database, because when you import that audit and you share that with your client and you show them everything that's wrong with their credit, that is what's going to entice them to then want to give you their credit card or send you money for your services, right? Bottom line, don't believe what anyone else is saying other than what I just stated. Fill up CRC with as much information as you possibly can, and you will convert more clients. So this is that editor, right? But what you're going to want to do, right, and this is what I do. So Control F is going to open up Control Find. So you know this came from Apex, right? So I want to type in APEX to see if there's anything on the screen with the word Apex in it. And as you could see, the first one that comes up is my email address. So this is going to tell you to come over to the email address and make it yours. So this is going to be, for example, we're doing this for, I don't know, info at, what is his name? KevinCrespoAuto.com. So Kevin CrespoAuto.com, right? So that's me now changing. So now once I do that, I'm going to click enter again, and now it's only going to show me that there is one more word with the word Apex in it. So it's going to be right down here. So down here, I'm going to come down and I'm going to make this change. And this is usually supplied in the information that we request from you, but if it's not, you'll just have to come in here and put. So we'll put, for the time being, Kevin Crespo Auto, right? And I don't know if that's the company name, but you kind of get the idea. So now when I come back here and I press enter, there should be absolutely no words with the word Apex in it, right? So I just did this screen. The other thing you may have to do is come in here and update your logo. In this case, it was done. If you want to go with a money back guarantee or you don't want to go with a money back guarantee, you could simply delete this item or change it to something different. But now we're done here. I'm going to click save, right? And now I'm going to go exit and I'm going to go to my next page. And I'm just going to do the same thing on each one of these pages. So I'm actually going to go through and adjust some of these things. Another thing you may want to do, if you don't like the way this URL shows, so help your scores, if you want to change that, let's say you want to put help your scores home, or you just want to label it home, you'll click over to this little settings icon, and it's going to open up where you would, well, we got to click on the right form. So it's, hold on, right here, help your scores. We'll click on the little settings icon. And instead of help your scores, I can name this home. And all I'll do is update the funnel. And you'll see this is now changed to home. We're going to go to the home screen, and we're now going to edit some text. So again, I'm looking for anything that might be labeled Apex. I mean, from the surface, looking at things, this says enroll, how it works. The easiest way to do this is to, again, just hit Control F, type in the word Apex, and it's showing you that it's showing twice here. So I'm going to put this at info at Kevin Crespo Auto .com. And that's that. So now I'll come back over here. I'll hit enter again, and it'll show me that it's also showing in the footer over here. So I'll make this Kevin Crespo Auto, right? And so the reason, again, I'm going through this and walking you through this process is because if you ever have to change anything within this site, you're going to understand. Now make sure that you always hit the save button right after you make those changes, because if you were to just, exit, you wouldn't wind up saving those changes. So the other thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on anything that has a CTA, anything that has a call to action. So have questions is going to open up a window, and it's actually opening up. So if you notice, it's opening up to my funnel. So you want to make sure that it opens up to yours, right? So enroll, click on the enroll button and set action. And again, it's opening up to my funnel. So you're going to want to adjust that and make that open up to your enrollment page, because, and I'll give you an idea. So I was just running some testing on a previous page of mine, and I noticed that I was receiving some tracking from Kevin. So we want to remove that tracking. And how we do that is we come right into, let's go back here, into settings and tracking code. And in the header, there's nothing here. In the footer, there's nothing here. But let's go to the enroll page, right? Because that's where that stuff's going to be. So we're going to exit out of here. And I'll show you where we were picking up some tracking. So first page of the checkout. In my tracking for Google Ads Manager would be adds to cart. So adds to cart would wind up in my checkout page. So I'm going to click into edit, come over to the settings, tracking, and you see this code here? That's what it's picking up from my page. So I just remove that, click X, and click save. So now I'm going to go to my next page. Let's make sure we hit save. Now I'm going to go to my next page, which is my second part of my checkout, right? So page 2 would be adds to cart. So adds to cart, and this would be checkout initiated. So adds to cart brings them to my enrollment page. Initiating checkout is then filling out this first form. So I'm going to click on edit. I'm going to come over to the settings tab, the tracking code, and I'm going to see initiate checkout. So I'm going to just highlight and delete, make sure there's nothing in the footer, X that off, and hit the save button. Now I'm going to exit again because I have one more tracking. This will track my purchases. So I'm going to go to checkout confirmation. I'm going to click on edit. Come over to settings, tracking code, and as you can see, this one is script tracking for purchase. I'm going to delete, make sure there's nothing in the footer, and hit that save button. So again, and when you come to all these pages, so notice how this has my logo, right? So we have to remove my logo and put yours. Now, a lot of times your funnel might come intact the way it should, and sometimes you might have to go into it. I actually prefer you going through each one of your pages, understanding where things are, understanding how to make these edits and changes on your own. But like I said, for the most part, you should get it the way you need it. But let's just go control find again, type in APEX. And again, you're going to find that email address, which has to be changed, Kevin Crespo Auto. And now, again, I don't know if this is exactly his, right? And here's another thing, right? What's my phone number? My number is 845. So how many times do I see 845? I see it here. Adjust your phone number, right? Also, adjust your Instagram and your Facebook logo. So that's going to my page. So a couple of things that you're going to have to go in here and do. Let me go back to that. And I'm seeing there's another one here. So I'm going to come down to the footer. I'm going to change this to Kevin Crespo Auto. And these are the simple changes you're going to have to make. Hit save. But now you understand how to come in here and make tweaks, make changes. Maybe you don't like the way this wording. Congrats on your enrollment, or uh, fantastic, you're in. Whatever you want to do. So what I did was I put a schedule your onboarding. This links to my calendar. So I put let's get you onboarded schedule. So after they enroll, it gives my team time to set up their portal and send it out to them. A lot of times this can be automated where it goes out automatically. But in the event it doesn't, you still want to get these people on the phone so that you can onboard them and make sure that they sign your agreement, make sure that they check they select their signature style, make sure that they order their reports and scores, and make sure that you can properly import their credit into your system. Because what you'll find is a lot of times they won't put in their username and password for their credit monitoring, so you'll have to get them on the phone anyhow. But getting them on that call and answering any questions that they might have is going to increase your communication and make it better for you. So again, just come through here, scan each page, and see what needs to be adjusted. There's one more adjustment that I'm going to make right here. We'll go to settings. This basically takes you to the home page, and see this tracking code. So this is mine from my Facebook. So I'm going to remove this as well. So I'm going to get rid of this. So I put it in the head tracking and the body, and now I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and click save. So now I just removed all of my Facebook tracking, right? Because I was pulling up that info. That's what triggered me to make this video and kind of walk you through this process. But I'm glad I did, because this explains a lot. So how it works, you'll want to go to your how it works page. You'll want to hit edit, and you will want to kind of just go here again, Control F. Let's see how many times I see the word Apex. So we have it here. So we'll change this to Kevin Crespo Auto.com. And you guys get the idea, right? So you want to come in here and you want to adjust all of these things. The other thing you may want to do is adjust your pricing. Maybe you're charging $99 and then $99 a month. Maybe you're charging $99 up front, $99 per month. Come in here and make those changes. Everyone should have their own pricing model. I can tell you that in the beginning, when I first started out, I adjusted my pricing about 4 or 5 times till I found that sweet spot. I used to start out charging $99 to enroll, then $99 per month. So I would collect $198 day one. But that changed. It changed as my business model changed. I decided to focus on volume, and I had the volume to support it. So I can tell you, starting out at $69, you're really not going to make much money. So, $99 is the price point. But once you start getting to scale, sometimes reducing your pricing a bit helps to increase enrollments, right? But you need to be able to support the business first before you can make those decisions, right? Because you'll have to hire staff, you'll have to, pay for, a lot of things. And a lot of you, this will be like started as a side hustle. So, money is tight. You want to make sure that you bring in enough to cover some expenses, so it's not all an expense hitting your household, right? I always say very important to have cash flow in your business. So, but get started. We'll want to make sure that this goes to the right place. So we have to set up all of these links. But just wanted to come in here and just kind of walk you through this. The other thing I'm going to go through real quick. Let's go to the privacy policy and terms of use. This might change from state to state. So know your state guidelines, know what your state expects. If you need a bond, get a bond. If you need a license, get a license. And notice how Kevin already changed these two. Perfect. Already started making these adjustments, but let's just do control find again and see how many times Apex. So Apex still shows up here, right? So if you use the control find feature, it's going to bring you to all of those points. And here, this is the next one, and then this is the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. The other thing you're going to want to do is make sure that my phone number is not in there, right? 845. So it shows once down in the footer here. So go through all of the pages and make sure that this is specific to your business, right? I mean, it's going to give you doing this, 10 pages is going to take you, if it takes you 15, 20 minutes, that's a lot, but at least you're going to be able to go through all the steps here, understand where everything is, and understand how to make some changes. So I hope this video helps you understand your funnel, what goes into it. Hit the save button. And that's it. We'll see you on other tech videos. You guys be great. Hey, before I go, I just want to touch base on this one point. So your CTAs, your call to actions. For example, your how it works. That how it works page is where you, let's say, would have learn more. So when they click on learn more, they're going to wind up on the how it works page. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put this URL, right, for how it works into a spreadsheet. And I'll show you, real quick what I would do. This is how you should do it, period, end of story. Not how I would do it. This is how you should do it. So I would put this onto a spreadsheet, right? These are your link URLs. So how it works, and that's the URL for how it works. Now I'll come back in and I will go to have questions. And this is the URL for the have questions page. Have questions, and you'll understand why we're doing this in a second. We're going to come back and we're going to go to the terms of use page. So basically what you're doing is you're documenting each one of these pages, right? Even your checkout. So first stage of your checkout, every single one of them you're going to document, because everything in your site is going to take someone someplace, right? So this is Enroll V, right? And so now you're going to come back to your website, and when you actually go in and start editing, right? This Enroll page, wait till we get there. So this Enroll, when you click here, it opens up this set action. So the set action for Enroll is simple. It's right here. So you click that, you copy that, and you're going to come back to ClickFunnels, and you're going to highlight it all, backspace, and paste it into that section here. And now you're going to hit save. And the reason for this is you want, for when they hit your Enroll page, where do you want them to go? You want them to come to this page. So if I were on, for example, my home screen, and I were to click on Enroll, where do you want them to go? You have to go through all of your pages here and make sure that each one of these buttons, set action, we want it to, okay, boom, that's fine. And so now the page we were just on when we made that change, and I'll show you where we just had that little mix up. So we were actually on the first page of the checkout. Now watch this. When I click on Enroll in this page, watch what's going to pop up. Telling us to scroll. So hold on. Let's click on here, this image, click on how it works. And this is going back to my funnel. So how it works, we're going to copy here, come back in here, Control V, and then link URL for have questions, right? So they have questions, which is have questions. So we're going to adjust that one. So how it works goes here, have questions, and it says it right here, have questions, and we're going to save that action. So make sure and even here, your submit form, right? So set action. Where is this going? It's going to the go to next step in funnel, right? So you want to make sure that that all of these actions are doing what they should be doing, right? Because if I were to go and launch, and let's just preview this page right now. Let's go back to, we went too far. So credit repair website, we were just on the checkout page, and we want to now check that live page. When I click on enroll, we wanted to keep them on this page. When I click on how it works, we wanted to bring them to the how it works page, which is ours, right? The have questions, we wanted to bring them to the have questions page. And actually, this is actually opening up on my website. So we'll go back in here and we'll just make sure that this page, how it works, is being properly. So go back to have questions, help your scores. Let's just make sure that this is correct here. Have questions, okay? So I'm actually going to go to the have questions page because that might be still showing my stuff. And that means Mr. Kevin didn't adjust these things, right? So we go into edit and have questions. Yep, this is the have questions page. So, and here, let's hit control find, make sure there's nothing in here that says Apex, and it does in a bunch of different places. So we have to go in here and adjust these again. So again, tech video, continuation, how to make sure your pages properly route where you want them to route. All right, you guys be great. If you have any questions, shoot me a message, and we'll have my team help you out with this. All right, talk to you soon.